going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You know who it is by now.
Jimothy.
So ladies and gents, we are back a little late to the party, but we are here nonetheless, and I'm actually going to start doing a few more of these card reviews, mainly because I feel like I'm missing out on a trick here. Content, you know how it is, you YouTubers. But anyway, without wasting any more time, ladies and gents, let's get into it. And today's topic is P.U.N.K. Now, there's a specific reason why I've decided to obviously review P.U.N.K before I did any other card reviews, mainly because I really do enjoy the archetype. I took it to locals quite a few times, especially when Baron was legal and I managed to get my hands on a Baron. P.U.N.K Kashtira was a deck that I was messing around with, and it was really fun. And I feel like P.U.N.K is probably the closest that you're gonna get to opening a Yu-Gi-Oh pack in game, mainly because it just draws so many cards, and it's kind of like a little bit of a mini game, like what can you draw into off some of your P.U.N.K effects, which I think is really interesting. It's quite fun to do. Having a card a hand size of like 4 or 5 cards after you've put up a field of like 3 or 4 monsters is a nice feeling anyway. So let's see what these new P.U.N.K cards do, ladies and gents. I've kind of skimmed over the effects, but I haven't actually really sat down and read them, so this would be kind of like a first reaction. Alright, so starting us off, we have No P.U.N.K Rising Scale, which is a level 8 water sea serpent effect monster, which is interesting, especially with the Mermaid Atlantean support that's recently just come out. But anyway, 2400 attack and defense, which is nice. That's pretty big, to be honest. You can only use the first and second effect and third effect of this card's name once per turn. Fair enough. You can banish one other P.U.N.K card from your hand or graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. So that is super strong, especially as P.U.N.K like to play into Nibiru, believe it or not. But if you do get nibbed at a specific point, at least you've got this card as a little bit of a backup to be able to kind of do something. And if you pair it with an E-Telly or something like that, it could actually work out well. If this card is special summoned, you can pay 600 life points, take one P.U.N.K monster from your deck or graveyard, except a level 8 monster, and either add it to your hand or special summon it. Okay, scratch that. We don't need the E-Telly. This card just does it all by itself. That's crazy. So it's an extender. It gets you another body, and it can specifically go into your level 11 synchro, which is, I believe, not Jam Dragon Drive, Amazing Dragon, which is really good. I like that card, especially the effect to just kind of reborn. It kind of just gets you going again. So it's really interesting that you can just literally just do that on the fly, which is crazy. And its third effect, when a monster your opponent controls with 2500 or more attack activates its effect, quick effect, you can change it to face down defense position. So not only is it an extender, it gets you another body, which allows for your synchro plays. It's also a Book of Moon for your opponent's non-link boss monsters, which is very interesting. It does not target. I think this card is crazy, I'll be honest. For its own archetype, which I think is a good thing. Can't really be splashed in any other archetype. Well, it can be, but you need to kind of facilitate its summoning condition, which is, I think, is a good thing, because what we're tending to see a lot now, ladies and gents, is a lot of engines just mishmash together, and which ones have the most synergy typically tend to be the most meta deck. But this, for its own archetype, is strong. It's a level 8, it's a big body, it extends itself as well as gets another body on field. This is beautiful. The next card is P.U.N.K Jam Fever, which is a rank 8 light psychic XYZ effect monster. That's interesting. So 2800 attack, 600 defense. So it's not the biggest defense. You're gonna be kind of forced to put this into an attack position, so you do play into Lightning Storm. But hey ho, let's read its effects and see what it does. So 2 level 8 monsters. So once per turn, you can XYZ summon P.U.N.K Jam Fever by using one P.U.N.K fusion or synchro monster you control as material. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So super easy summoning condition, ladies and gents. You literally just slap this on your synchro or on your fusion, and you're just good to go from there. So you can pay 600 life points, detach one material from this card and draw a card. Again, that's great. So you can draw upwards of 3 cards from your deck, just engine alone. So the field spell allows you to draw 2. You add off Jam Dragon Drive. you get a draw off Punk Jam Fever, and then you get another draw off the Fills. That's crazy. That's so much card advantage. When another monster's effect is activated, you have a level 3 psychic monster in your graveyard. Quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. Okay, so on top of being a draw power card, it's actually a negate, which is a little bit crazy. A level 3 psychic monster. So obviously Ghost Ogre, all of the Punk tuners are level 3 psychic monsters, which is not a problem. But you could actually just put this in virtual, not like you would, but like there's applications there, and it's a negate. Okay, so Punk are back on the map, ladies and gents. There's quite a bit that could be done with this, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of liking to look at it. Punk in of itself is not a rogue contender. Sorry, it's not a meta deck by any stretch of the imagination. It's always been a rogue contender, and it's more so been used as an engine, because you can literally just get a level 3 tuner on the board just with a discard. So being able to go into a negate alongside being able to set up some kind of like synchro play is really strong, and something that I really value. And I think these two cards by themselves, these two cards are actually pretty good, ladies and gents. I'm not gonna lie, definitely worth investing in. So if you haven't got your Punk cards, definitely pick up your Punk cards now. As soon as these go live on EDO Pro, I'm gonna be messing around and testing with these cards, just because I love how the Punk deck plays. I love drawing cards. I think it's, especially when you pair it with like something like Triple Tactics talents, like hand traps are everywhere, so you can draw upwards of like 5 cards. And if you're playing pure Punk in of itself, it plays probably upwards of like 14 hand traps anyway, so you're definitely going to see some hand traps. So really interesting, definitely nice for a rogue contender. Something, this is like more of my realm, stuff that I'd generally be messing about with at locals. So it's going to be interesting to see when these cards get dropped and see what their usage is saying, just because Punk's always been quite a fan favorite archetype, and since its release it's been pretty popular. So these two cards definitely contribute to that, so interesting to see. But anyway, that's my quick review on Punk. Definitely going to pick these cards up, ladies and gents. Not even going to waste any time about it, and I'm going to mess around with them. But what do you guys think? Do you think the Punk needs anything else? Do you think it's kind of sufficing what it's got at the moment? If you don't know, or if you do know, let me know in that comment section below. And as always, we find ourselves at the end of another video. If you did enjoy this content, you know what to do by now. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, all of that beautiful good stuff, and I would definitely see you guys on the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.